Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Still in the MAC, still in a similar area, different field. Opposed to Kent State, we are at Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. This is the 2025 Zips Invites on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Right on time at 8:30, we are ready to go here in Akron, Ohio. This is the 2025 Zips Invites on SmeeSports. First pitch is going to miss for ball one, and we are underway once again right on the dot at 8:30. This is the Mashfactory taking on Wow Factor. Game number 1 of 5 today. Now a 1-1 count. This Mashfactory squad, 21-6-1 on the year, won 8 games, then 5 in a row. But right now, the winning streak that they're on, winners of 3. So they're trying to, once again, get into that 5+ range. And their opponents today, the Wow Factor, 14-4-1. The last time we saw them, a very controversial ending given the officials of that game. But they have kind of shaken that off. They still joke about it, more of a lighthearted situation now, looking back. but still that is fresh in their mind, and they are looking for redemption today. The 3-1 runs inside for ball 4, and Ian Miller, the starting shortstop, is on with a leadoff walk. Not too difficult for the Wow Factor to get the game underway. On the mound for the Mashfactory in this contest, it is Leland Vargo, the rising junior at Newton Falls. Something to note, this is the 16U division. However, this Mashfactory Drabick squad, they are a 15U group. So they are playing up a age group, and we'll see how they fare in this competition. They've been good all year. Their counterparts, Mashfactory Berkman, playing in the 15U, so we'll see who does a better job in this competition. Ball goes wide, but easily taken in before the runner can advance. I expect to see a lot of throwovers today just to try and keep the runners honest, but kind of similar to Kent State, a lot of real estate off to the sides. So they're going to need to be very careful with their throws. Even not on back pick attempts, they need to be careful. Runner will go. Throw down to second is going to be a tad late. And that'll put the opening run in scoring position. Andrew Bushy, the second baseman, in for the Wow Factor. And time called behind the dish. That's Bauman talking to his pitcher. I think this is going to be a game for the Mashfactory that taking their time is going to give them the best possible result. This Wow Factor offense is one of the best that you are going to see today. They've done their homework. They know that. By slowing down the game, that gives them a chance to catch up, even though they are playing defense. But this order, a lot of power behind their swings, but also a lot of great base running. Add that combo together, and that is a great recipe to put you in the final 3. Ground ball hit towards second. It will hop almost into the outfield. It will die right before going into right. And that will put runners at the corner, still nobody out. A tough hop to read off the turf off to the right side. And now the opening run 90 feet away from scoring as Braden Kovarik, the first baseman, will step in. Braden Kovarik, wearing number 17, just finished up his sophomore campaign at Howland. That is a great drive into right center. It is down, and that is going to bring in the opening run of the game. The Wow Factor are going to strike first. It is a deep RBI single from Kovarik. And there is the power on display. It is a high-hanging gap shot. If that was more of a line drive, that was extra bases. He still thought about it in the end, as you'll see it on your screen. But I believe he made the right call. Held up. And that is enough to put the Wow Factor on the board. The first time that we saw this group, they were able to score a lot of runs early. And even going back to that championship game, Zach Stow, the rising junior at Buckeye, had an inside-the-park home run. On indifference, Kovarik into second base, but that'll be called a strike. 1-1 the count on Landon Hinkle, the third baseman. Hinkle, wearing number 1, comes to the squad by way of Grove City High School in Pennsylvania. Just into PA, still kind of in the Youngstown area. He'll chop that one foul now, 1-2. For those who have followed SmeeSports for a long time now, you remember our last game here at Skeeles Field, as it was the most eventful of the OHSAA season. We had snow for half the game. The 1-2 runs inside, almost clips him. But that game was just wild in every sense of that word. You have snow coming down for half the game. You couldn't even see. It was 30 degrees outside, and the game was called for darkness eventually and abandoned from there. Fly ball hit into center field, caught for out number 1. The runner at third is going to tag up, and he is safe. It is going to be a less than comfortable sac fly to make it a 2-0 ball game, but we are going to take a second look, as that was very close at the plate. Kind of a tumble slide in the end. It gets the job done, you can say that. But either way, that is a big play for the Wow Factor. Puts them up 2 here, and a chance to make it 3. The bunt is going to go foul. 0-1 the count. This squad, one of the best ones in this competition. Once again, they're showing that early. Pitch off the plate. And it does appear that we did have a late switch in the order. What we were given has Courtney batting 6th. He batted in a different order. Because this is now Hinkle, who Hinkle is supposed to be batting 4th. So that bumps him down to 5. Interesting there. Good crank to the right side, or left side, excuse me. That one is through. It's an RBI single, and that'll make it a 3-0 game. So the hit parade continues early on for the Wow Factor. And now that brings in Lucien Lachard. Okay, and that is exactly what happened. Courtney moved up to the 4 slot. Hinkle hit in the 5. And now Lachard in the 6th. Apologies for the confusion. Once again, that is a flip. But not surprised to see Owen Courtney moved up in that batting order. We'll see if that happens the same thing the next time around, but very weird to see that kind of change that late. Good line drive into center field. It is down, and yet another base hit falls for the Wow Factor. We've seen Lachard's power plenty of times this summer. One of the best up-and-comers in this upcoming junior class. And if he can break into that Glen Oak squad, who according to Max Preps was the 10th best team in the state of Ohio, he can definitely get on the radar of a lot of top colleges, potentially even here at Akron. Bunt is popped into the netting, foul, 0-1 the count. And assuming we're back in order, that should be Grimes, and yes it is. To 0-1 count, 2 on, 1 down. The pitch. Wave and a miss, now 0-2. But a great start for the Wow Factor, up by 3. They have 2 more right in order. Vargo looking for out number 2 on his first strikeout of the game. Hit up the middle, going to take a trip off of his glove and into center field. They're going to send the runner from second home, and he is going to score. The Wow Factor putting the Wow in their name. 4-zip the score. And that'll keep the scenario the same. 2 on, 1 down. Just an awkward hit off the glove. We're going to see this one back again. Very unfortunate. Almost had it, but not enough behind it. And that is why, albeit it's a tough play to make there, you have to get behind the ball, block it, and even if you get 1 out from it, it's still better than none. But once again, as a pitcher, you have to go from pitching to then immediately go into fielding. That takes a lot of practice. No blame on Vargo. This is an opportunity for him to learn from that. Watches back the film, practices that move off the mound and being ready to react, and that can give him a great opportunity. In the meantime, right now, he is playing catch with his first baseman to the annoyance of the man at first. And I think Grimes now starting to get in on the fun as he is moving as well. He is going to go. Good drive into right field. That one is going to fall in. It is another base knock. Grimes is going to be held up, and he is going to stay at third. But what a start. This start getting better and better by the minute. Now time called by Mashfactory. They're going to want to talk this one over. That hit coming from Truman Goss. Right now the goal is to settle down the defense, get back in a rhythm, and work from there. It's a tough start. Looking at their offense, it's going to be Olivares, Vargo, and Baker hitting in the bottom of the inning. And they are going to need to have a good start as well. But so far, looking at the damage, leadoff walk followed up by an error. Gave a good spot for Kovarik to put Wow Factor on the board. Then a sac fly from Owen Courtney. We believe that is Courtney who moved up to the 4 slot. Was supposed to be in the 6. They moved him up in the end as the EH. He then hit a sac fly, putting Hinkle in the 5 hole, which he then got an RBI single. Then Lachard in the 6th, he singled. And now we have a rundown on our hands. This is the 1st and 3rd. They're going to send the runner home, and he is going to be in there, and it worked out perfectly. There is the great base running on display from the Wow Factor. A lot of teams have been able to execute this type of play so well this summer. You get in that rundown between 1st and 2nd. That runner at 3rd kind of creeps down the line, and then when he thinks he has a chance, he takes it, and as you see on your screen, in there. Brady Walker, an easier opportunity to make something happen. In this game, he is going to start in left field, but next game, wouldn't be surprised to see him on the mound for the Wow Factor. We saw him game 1 in the last competition. Walker, a very good pitcher for this squad, and he is helping out his pitcher for this game, who is Theo Richards. But the Hoban man not too far away from home, albeit looking at Skeeles Field, the home of the arch rivals of the Knights in St. V's. And they have had this as their home field for now 2 seasons. They moved out of a park in the heart of Akron to now play at Skeeles Field, and that has been a great move. Speaking Ian Boykin, JJ Pytash, and Will Tober later on today for Force Ohio. The first 2 for Mancuso, Tober for Cruz. 3-0 count on Walker in the on-deck circle. It is the number 10 hitter, Nico Paguga. And looking at his name, Nico, according to the roster, officially Dominic, but goes by Nico, so that is our parting line as well. But he will be the number 10 hitter, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order with Ian Miller. Runner will go, pitches inside, no throwdown, runners at the corners once again. Going back to the last time we saw this Wow Factor team, that game is pure motivation. Unfortunately for the Mashfactory, they're just a squad in their way of getting that redemption, and it shows right now. Pabuga, the catcher, now steps in wearing number 15 for this squad. Walker's going to go. They're going to throw down to second, and the throw is in time, and that'll retire the side. Excellent chuck from behind the dish, ends the inning at long last. A little bit of confusion in there, a couple of changes in the order, but the Wow Factor offense as good as ever. Middle of 1 in Akron is the Wow Factor, up 5 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Mashfactory offense looking to respond in the bottom of the first inning. The Wow Factor off to the races, up by 5. This has been a great start for them. The offense, the base running, the IQ, all of that on display in this contest. And as this day goes on, still one more game left to go for them after this against Release Baseball. They could realistically have a good avenue to the 1 seed once again. But that next game is going to be one for the ages. That Release squad, one of the best in the area for the 16U age group. And I think looking at their roster, it's going to be one heck of a dogfight that'll probably go 7 innings unless we do reach a time limit. Once again, for those who have not seen the 965 Midwest Challenges circuit of competitions, There is a 2-hour time limit on every pool play and every game through the semifinals. I believe the championship game has a 2-hour and 15-minute cap. Then you go to the run rules. 12-run lead after 3, 10-run lead after 4, 8-run lead after 5. The 0-2 fouled towards First Energy Stadium off to our right, which, no, is not the name of the Brown Stadium. Not anymore, at least. That is the name of the soccer field here at Akron off to our right. Still an 0-2 count on Oliveris. On the edge for strike 3 looking, and there is out number 1. Good work from Theo Richards, able to paint the corner perfectly. 1 up, 1 down. And looking at Theo Richards heading into this game, wearing number 11, just finished up his junior campaign at Canfield in the Youngstown area. The Canfield Cardinals had another great season, which is something their fans expect from them year in and year out. They made it all the way to the regional final, eventually bowing out to the state champion Lake Catholic Cougars 10-0. 1-0 hit foul, now 1-1. And Canfield, their run was not supposed to take them there. In fact, according to the chalk, they were supposed to lose in districts to Marlington. They went to Alliance, they got the win, and then from there, a couple of bounces went their way, and they were able to make it to the regional final. A very good season, and we've seen a lot of their players this summer. They have a lot of top returners, and I would expect to see the Cardinals back in the big time again next year. The 1-1. Going to be on the outside edge for strike 2. And given the landscape of Division 3/4, Lake Catholic losing a lot of top players, I wouldn't be surprised to see Canfield make it to that Final Four. The 1-2, driven foul once again towards the soccer field. And opposed towards that one is in the soccer field. Count remains 1-2. Richards looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Instead, that one is going to be jammed up the middle, taken in at short. Miller's throw is true for out number 2. Just an awkward hit off the bat. I think it kind of hit the top portion, but still Miller, one of the best shortstops in PA for his age group, makes an excellent play. 2 up, 2 down, and this Wow Factor defense showing there's a lot more to their game outside of dangerous offense. And with 2 down, that'll bring in John Baker, the center fielder. First pitch hits the outside edge for strike 1. Next inning for the Wow Factor, it should be Papuga, Miller, and Bushy, 10-1-2. Driven foul off to the right side towards the Mashfactory bullpen, where in that bullpen there is some preliminary action. It could just be to put pressure on the pitcher. It also could be to make the change. I think we will see Vargo once again on the mound. I'd be surprised not to see him go at least one more frame, unless I think their next guy can do better and they can save his arm for even later today or later on in this tournament overall. The 0-2 misses high. And that is the chess match within the chess match. You have to have pitching available for every possible game for pool play. You make it to the championship game. You add on 2 if you're a 2 or 3 seed. Add on 1 if you're the 1 seed. Right there, that is 6 games. And those 6 games, starting today, will be done by Sunday. So you have to be very careful with your pitching. 6 games, 4 days. Unless your starting pitcher for the first game goes under 60 pitches, you're not seeing him again. The 2-2 driven into left center field, shallowly hit, called off by the center fielder Goss, and he has it to retire the side. The Wow Factor goes in order, and that will end the first inning. Through 1 in the heart of Akron, it is the Wow Factor up 5-0 on the Mashfactory. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of two here at Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. First pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. We will update that in one moment as I am paying for parking at the moment. Don't want to get a ticket, so I want to make sure that's done. There's the face scan, and as long as these games take less than 15 hours and 9 minutes, I should not get towed or should not get a ticket, so that is a good thing. Hopefully these teams keep that within this range. Nice snag over at short, but it is going to go down as an infield single to begin the second. Nice place ball by Pabuga. And the catcher in the 10 slot is aboard, and we go back to the top of the order with Ian Miller, 0 for 0 in this game with a walk and a stolen base. We also saw him make a nice play over at short back in the bottom of the first inning. Top two, once again, 5-0 the Wow Factor on top is your score. And I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this morning on this lovely Thursday morning in Akron, Ohio. Always love being here at Skeeles Field, one of the nicer baseball press boxes in all of Ohio. And you would expect that from the MAC designation. Fly ball hit into right field, called off by Mounts, and he is going to take that one in for out number one. First time we're getting a look at the outfield in this game for a catch on behalf of the Mashfactory. So we will set the whole defense while we're at it. Vargo on the mound, Bauman behind the dish, Long at first, Zaylor at second, Oliveris at short, Walter at third. Lakovsky, Baker, and Mount sets the left, right, and center fielders from left center to right, and the defense as well. First pitch skips right, and that is going to be a free pace for the Wow Factor. That'll be ball one on Bushy, the second baseman. And to get clarification on where we are in the order, it is going to be Courtney in the 3 slot, not the 4. Initially was in the 6. Fly ball sent into right center. That one is down, and that is going to bring in run number 6 for the Wow Factor. Beautiful RBI single from Andrew Bushy. And with one down, the hit parade looks to begin again, and the parade route going right through the heart of Akron. So that means Courtney 1 for 1 with an RBI single, and the sac fly belongs to Kovarik, and that should hopefully clear up our discrepancies now. Owen Courtney is a guest player for this Wow Factor squad. He usually plays for NMC Reitenbach. We saw them earlier on at the Diamond League Championship for the Tim Lally Memorial Tournament at the beginning of June. The rising senior at New Philly. A lot of fans at the college level, so we'll see where he ends up going. Looking at his pitching, 87 to 89 velocity to start, 84 to 86 to finish. That is what PBR said about him. A lot of good outings this summer. I believe he had a 1-hitter in 6 innings. A lot of good hitting. I believe he had 3 home runs for New Philly this past high school season. He's a player to watch, and looking at his hitting stats outside of the numbers of simple averages, exit velo is rumored to be 96, which is a very good value, especially with some slower pitching, as a lot of that exit velo matters on the pitch speed. Throw down to 2, not in time, and that'll put a runner in scoring position once again for the Wow Factor. This squad is cruising early on today. They still have another game after this against Release Baseball. Similar uniforms, but we will see if Release ends up wearing their reds or they go to their dark blues. On the edge, good spot hit. Owen Courtney looking to protect. Once again, 1 for 1 in this game, already with an RBI and a chance to do it again. Runner takes off, hit to the left side, Beautifully done. They're going to wave him home, and it is back-to-back RBI singles for Owen Courtney. Now a 7-0 ball game. Once again, Courtney showing off his prowess at the plate. One of the better hitters in the area. And there it is once again. Time now called. And I think this will be the call to the bullpen for the Mashfactory. And it appears it will be, as we do have our powwow on the mound. We will step aside from Skeeles Field. Wow Factor up 7 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The call to the bullpen has been made by the Mashfactory here in the top of the second inning. Vargo going an inning and a third, allowing 7 runs. Number 8 stands at first, and it would be his responsibility if he does come around to score as well. Now on the mound, it is going to be Olivares coming in from short. Olivares just finished up his freshman campaign for St. Ignatius. We will see how the rising sophomore at Iggy does in this game against really a squad that, if they played St. Ignatius, would not look out of place. So a good early test in his young career. First pitch is going to miss low for ball 1 to Kovarik, who is in the 4 slot once again. Initially, we said Courtney was batting 6th. They moved him up to 3 and bumped down Kovarik, Hinkle, and Lessard 1. 7 through 10, same order. Olivares is 1-0, driven left side, through for a 1-out single. Nice power from Kovarik as he gets that one through. And that power showed back on the sac fly. This squad, truly a fun group to watch. That'll now bring in Hinkle in the 5 slot. I believe he had an RBI single his last time up. And he will show bunt early on and pull back. Driven left side again. It is down the line going towards the corner. The lead runner is going to score, and that is going to make it 8-0 Wow Factor. Everything down that one side. That has been their bread and butter in this game, driving it down the line in left, and they're having tons of success. You see it there on your screen, close but not close enough to making that snag. And now that'll bring in Lucien Lessard, 1 for 1 in this game with a single. Leaves that one upstairs for ball 1. And once again, that last run is placed on Vargo. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Lessard. The pitch. Inside now 2-0. And now a big question here for the Wow Factor. Looking at pitch counts, do you then do a bullpen game here? 3 guys, you can throw them again later on, and it saves Richard's arm, or if he can get this one done in 30 pitches, that also works. And given that you are really close to that big run rule, right now you have it after 5, 2 away from having it after 4, 4 away from after 3, and still 5 out to work with before that would be put into effect. It's a tough choice for the wow factor to make, but right now with the bases loaded, that is the furthest thing from their mind. And rightfully so, the focus is on getting there first. Paxton Grimes steps back in. He reached on an error his last time up. Could be called a single up the gut. It did take a deflection off of Vargo's glove. It's one of those, okay, in the context of the game, based on the definition, yes, it's an error. But looking at the game from a media or fan standpoint, it's not. Nice block behind the dish, 1-0. But Baumann still putting in plenty of work behind the dish. This is not a game that the Mashfactory can throw away. This is a time for free reps. You got to take advantage of this here against a very good team, probably the best team that they're going to see all season. You got to take advantage of every opportunity in this game, and Baumann does it again there, sprinting to get the ball. You got to focus right now. It's a new game. Make some plays, learn from this experience, and go from there. Once again, this is a 15U versus a 16U squad, and this 16U group has some 17U players. That's how it's going to work in these tournaments from here on out, I'm sure, as this year more than ever we're seeing teams playing up. This is a great chance for them to be prepared, and going into next year, a lot of the guys who weren't on varsity, they have a chance to become breakout stars. And as well, the Mashfactory without Peyton Drabick, who had a great campaign for CVCA, a total of 5 hits, 417 average, and 2 doubles. But he is out through injury this summer, and I was told there is a good likelihood that he does not come back this summer. Driven up the middle towards second and through into center. That is going to make it 9-0. They are going to send 10 home, and 10 is in there. Beautifully placed by Paxton Grimes, and it is officially a double-digit lead for the wow factor. Once again, there is the hitting and the base running on display. Nothing more that you could say about this squad than domination. And that'll keep 2 runners on. Still 1 down as Truman Goss steps back in. 1 for 1 in this game with a single. Stick with us after this game as at 10:45 we have the wow factor taking on Release Baseball in the 16U division, and that is going to be Release Dick, not Release Harrison. Both squads equally good, and I believe they did meet in the Diamond League Championship game after around a 2.5-hour hiatus at Hudson. And I believe Harrison did get the win. I could be wrong, but I believe Harrison did win that game. Either way, both release squads, some of the best in the area. And that is what you expect from this competition. Not only is this a 965, but also an invitational. These players are here for a reason. They're not here because their coach signed them up. They're here because they were told, okay, you belong here. Come prove it. And that is the beauty of these invites. It is really good baseball and a lot of talented players. Now a 1-2 count on Goss. It's Walker, Papuga who began the inning, then back to the top we go. So far the only out this frame is Ian Miller with a fly out to right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Yadi Oliveris. And that'll now bring in Walker. Plenty of power behind Walker's swing. Yet another 5 spot for the wow factor in this inning. But they want to have a little bit more added on. Once again, going to that run rule. 2 more runs come around. The Mashfactory with 6 outs to play with across 2 innings. We need at least 1 to keep the game going past the 3rd. Right now, Oliveira is starting to catch up to these hitters, and he is getting a lot of swings and misses, especially on the outer edge of the plate. If I'm Oliveris, I'm telling my catcher, hammer that outside until they can finally catch up. And if they do, we give up that right field line. We're playing to avoid the big hit down the left. And that's a tough spot. You don't want to say, okay, if it's hit there, oh well. But based on the way this game has gone, you have to look at the game script. This team is scoring because they're hitting over towards the left side. Force them to the right and see what your first baseman can do. And once again, there's no harm. 10-run game, why not? This is where great ball players are made. These games that seem not really competitive, But looking more into it, it's a chance for them to, without the pressure of a loss, do some damage. Walker uncorks. It is in left field. 11 is home. They're holding up 12. It is an RBI double for Brady Walker. And we will watch that one back. He hung it over the plate, brought it back inside, and once again, Walker takes it into left. The outside was working so well. Couldn't get the command down there. It's unfortunate, but Walker's power once again prevails. 12 and 13 in scoring position. Papuga already 1 for 1 in this inning. And once he hits, we will go back to the top of the order for the third time. First pitch is going to skip behind. It is to the backstop, and the run rule inducing run is home. No runs scored. The game ends after the third now. The wow factor, 7 runs this inning. We saw OEB do a similar job back last week against AMP, but this one just feels different. Next inning for Mashfactory, it is Zahler, Mount, and Bauman. Good drive down the left field line again, and there it is for lucky number 13. A beautiful drive, and once again, this wow factor squad impressing. And it does appear the pinch runner from last time is going to stay in, and he did hit this time around. We do not have a 20 on the roster, but either way, and Papuga's squad, unless he is wearing number 15, which I don't think he is, and we have an unnamed player now at first. First pitch into Miller is a strike, 0-1. Miller was the first out of the inning for the wow factor. But this frame, already 8 runs have scored. The 0-1 misses high. Stay with us throughout the day. 4 more games left to go in the heart of Akron. We have Release Baseball taking on the Wow Factor in the next game slot. At 1 o'clock, we see the the Mashfactory come back in. And then eventually we see Force take on the B2 Bulls and T3. I believe the first one is Force Mancuso against B2. And then T3 Force Cruz at 5:30. The 1 o'clock. Try to remember who Mashfactory plays offhand. You'll be able to get that confirmation relatively soon. 2-1 down low for ball 3. And in the meantime, we are going to check out the schedule just to see who is playing in that 1 o'clock slot so we can have that information conveyed real quick. And that is going to be Mashfactory versus B2. And that'll be ball 4. And then in the 3:30, it's Release versus Force. And then T3 versus Force at 5:30. 2 on, 2 down. That'll bring back in Bushy. An RBI single his last time up. Right now, we are around 40 minutes in, and we are close to yet another quick game. Quickest one of the summer went 62 minutes, an hour and 2 all the way around, and that was a 14-0 win for OEB. The second shortest was an hour and 19, a full 7-inning game, and that one saw the Whitecaps lose to OCBC, which is Ohio City Baseball Club. But the lefty trying to make it more. And even more so with this elongated break for the starting pitcher Richards. Does he come back out again? I think we'll have our answer relatively soon. Popped into left center. That one is caught. Excellent range from Baker, and the side is retired. But not before 8 runs come marching home for the Wow Factor. Middle of 2 at Skeeles Field. It's the Wow, wowing us up by 13. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of two here at Skeeles Field. Wow Factor up 13-zip on the Mashfactory. Swing and a miss to begin the frame. 0-1 the count. Cody Zaylor, the second baseman, steps in. Zaylor just finished up his freshman campaign for the Leopards of Louisville. 0-1 is popped up out of play. And actually the net is going to send it right back down. Louisville one and done in the OHSAA tournament, losing to Alliance, who then in turn lost in the district semis to Uniontown Lake. The 0-2 grounded up the middle towards short. Miller picks it up. His throw is true again to one for out number one. And as well, change made at first base. That is Lassard now in for Kovaric. But he is going to stay in the order. Lassard was the EH. He just flips with Kovaric at first. Kovaric, who we will see next inning batting second after Courtney, will now be the EH. And that is what we believe will happen, but we could see some changes made. Speaking of changes, there is going to be some action once again in the Mashfactory bullpen. One down, Anderson Mount steps in, and he is going to get hit. The rising sophomore at Jackson will take his base. It is a one-out free pass given away by Richards. And there is the answer to our question. He does stay in. I don't think his pitch count is overly high. If they can keep it below 30, I think there's a good chance we see him again in this competition, as I believe that was around pitch number 10. So I would say give him 20 more pitches and we'll see him again, whether it be today or another time. Usually you don't see pitchers double it up, but he might. And a lot of it depends on when release baseball gets here. If this game is done at 9:30, they're not going to be here until 9:45. We're not starting at 10 o'clock. We're going to start at probably 10:20. So that'll give a big break to the wow factor. Once again, the quickest game we saw this year, 62 minutes. Right now, this one around 43 minutes in. So if there's less than 20 minutes in this game, we'll be in and around that point again. Chopped foul now, 0-2. As well, stick with us once this one goes final, as we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest U Chiropractic Center. A lot of great candidates for that award on deck for the wow factor. 0-2, wave and a miss, and there is out number two. Second strikeout of the day for Theo Richards. He has been able to pitch a good game, albeit a very small sample size. Outside of that Hart 90, no other base runners, a lot of help from his offense. A very good spot to be in if you are Richards. He came in, big lead in hand, really no pressure on him. And I'm sure he will be thanking his offense with some canes or something of equal value after this one, and really after the doubleheader, as the work is not done after game number one. And albeit the work will not be done until they walk out of here with a championship, which right now, if there were actual odds of who would win, I feel like the wow factor would be number one, release around that number two slot. And we'll get to see who would actually take over that number one slot in the next game. 1-1 strike, the count on Branson Long, the first baseman. Branson Long just finished up his sophomore campaign at Sandy Valley. Grounded up the middle and off of Richards. And that is going to see him reach. Not quite. They get him in time. What a throw, and the side is retired. One's calf to 5-3. One of the most obscure putouts that you are going to see this year. We're going to take a second look at this one right off of the calf. Glad to see that Richards is okay with that throw from third. A missile through to the wow factor, up by a baker's dozen on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back into the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast, and thank you to the 965 Midwest Challenge for partnering with us to present these broadcasts. As well, speaking on sponsorship opportunities, with our expansion recently announced at Minerva, we need sponsors for that. So if you're in the Minerva area, give us a message on one of those platforms we showed, and we would love to work something out, as we will now be one of the main sources of Minerva athletics, at least in the live sphere of media. Courtney pops that one into left field, and it'll be caught for out number one. Leadoff fly out for Owen Courtney. Lakovsky easily able to get to that one. Now Braden Kovarik, the first baseman, steps in. I believe 2 hits in this game so far, and he is going to look for a third. I believe his hits as well were RBI singles. That aspect of it's not as possible as the single. Hit right up the middle, and it is caught for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Or excuse me, it is Lakovsky on the mound now, so there is a replacement out in left. Either way, a nice snag on the bump. Lakovsky is the third pitcher of the game for the Mashfactory, and so far 2 pitches, 2 outs. Very good efficiency from him. He now looks to make it 3 for 3 against Landon Hinkle. Not quite. It's inside for ball 1. In the bottom of the inning, it's Marshall, Lakovsky, and Walter trying to keep the game going. They would need 2 runs to do so. The 1-0. Ground ball hit towards third, scooped up. It's a long throw to make, and it is going to go behind the first baseman, and now the runner is going off towards second base, and he is in there. And it appears that is Zach Stow entering the ballgame in place of Hinkle. That'll be an E5, putting him in scoring position. Not surprised to see this rotation from the Wow Factor up big. They want to get their guys a lot of opportunities, and even more important than that, keep the guys who are on the diamond fresh. Once again, one more game after this, so they have to be ready for that. And based on the way that they are playing in this game, they are more than ready. But unfortunately for them, their opponents are not yet here, and I don't think will be here for a good while. The 1-0 sails upstairs off of the backstop, and that is going to give Stow third base. Count now 2-0. The Wow Factor looking for one more run to add on to really cement this great win. The pieces are already in place. They just want that last cherry on top. Wave and a miss. Now 2-1. Once again, looking at our timer, now around 50 minutes in. Quickest game of the year, hour and 2. Still looking like we can beat that here. Pops up into shallow right field, and it'll be called off by the center fielder and caught, and that will retire the side as Lassard flies out. Middle of 3 at Skeeles Field. It is the Wow Factor up 13-0 on the Mashfactory. The task at hand is simple. 2 runs, the game continues. 1 or less, the game ends here. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Wow Factor 3 outs away from getting this Zips invite off to a hot start of 13-0 now, but a chance to make that the final through 3. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this morning live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. So far, 20 pitches today for Theo Richards, and if he can keep his tally below 35, maybe even 30, there's a chance we see him again in this tournament. Fly ball hit into right center, called off in center, and caught for out number 1. Just to put this into perspective, 21 pitches, 7 outs recorded. He is averaging 3 pitches per out. That is insane. Those numbers don't even make sense, but that is just the efficiency Richards has pitched with, albeit in this small sample size. First pitch is going to go to the backstop, 1-0 the counts. It is Vlakovsky stepping in. And thanks to the hit by a pitch that saw Mounts reach, we will see everybody hit in this game for the Mashfactory. That was initially not going to be the case, but that has changed. Here is the 1-0. Down low for ball 2. As well, in the on-deck circle, it is not going to be Walter. It is going to be Towell, the rising sophomore at Hoban, coming in. The 2-0, good drive into left field. That one is going to one-hop in for a 1-out single. Nice piece of hitting from Levi Vlakovsky, and as well, that will end the no-hit bid. And that will give an opportunity for Towell to try and potentially move that runner up. Saving run as of now. The Wow Factor knows that, and they do not want to play a 4th inning. That would be a momentum killer for them heading into game number 2. Still a great win, yes, but when they have an opportunity this early to end the game, they want to take advantage. And we've seen teams so close to the run rule, especially 8 after 5. They get to 7, the offense falters, and then the game flips on its head, almost resulting in a loss for the team who once led by 7. It's kind of similar to the sentiment of soccer where 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline. You feel that sense of comfort. All of a sudden, the game changes. This one is not going to change, but I'm sure we'll see a couple games get close to that 8 after 5 today, and we'll potentially see that dynamic unfold. 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. Once again, stick with us after this. Not directly after this one, as once again, Release Baseball is nowhere to be seen as their scheduled time is still an hour and 15 minutes out. Ground ball hit up the middle. This could be 2 to end the game. The throw to 1 in time, and the Wow Factor are going to get the job done. 13-0 your score. And I believe the teams are going to go now and exchange pleasantries, but it looks like actually going to send some people out. It should have been the 12 runs after 3, but it looks like we're going to go and play the 4th. We've seen this happen a couple of times where the run rule does not stay the same. And I guess they're saying 15 after 3. It used to be 12 after 3, at least was, so we'll see if that changes. Either way, we're playing the 4th, 13-0, the Wow Factor on top. And there it is. Now they make the official call. Kind of similar to the one that we saw on Sunday. Connor McGowan had a great hit into left center field. Made it 10-0. They let somebody else hit, and then the game was called. This time, we don't send him back out there. Game ended at 9:24, so that means we had a 55-minute game, officially the quickest one of our season. One final commercial break, and then we will be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 13-0 our final score at Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. Game number 1 belongs to the Wow Factor as they get a big win over the Mashfactory. Your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Looking at this lineup, everybody has done their job. Everybody reached at least once and did something. So just like they did for OEB's win in 62 minutes, every single player on the Wow Factor, so just to list it out, Ian Miller, Andrew Bushy, Brady Kaverick, Landon Henkel, Lucian Lessard, Owen Courtney, Paxton Grimes, Truman Goss, Brady Walker, Nico Pabuga, and Theo Richards are your co-players of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. You can call it a cop-out, but everybody impacted this game equally. The pitching made sure the offense did enough to end this game in 3, and the offense obviously did their job. Everybody deserves their flowers, so why not, especially in a game like this where it was decided early. Everybody played a part, and they deserve the credits as we flip to game number 2. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. We are nearing 4,150, I believe, as of right now. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It has no cost, but it really helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports. If you want to help out in a monetary fashion, you have 2 options. 1, become a broadcast sponsor. The information on how to contact us is on your screen. And the alternative to that is going over to our website, SmeeSports.com, and going to the donation section. You can leave us a tip of any kind, and that not only helps fund our broadcast, but also travel to get to games, equipment maintenance, and things along those lines. As not only do we have the YouTube channel, we have the SmeeSports family of social media platforms and SmeeSports LLC as an entire entity. So the donations are greatly appreciated as that helps keep this business afloat. Once again, we got the LLC approval back on May 1st, so we are just over 2 months in with official operation as a business. We have been operating without that for a while now, but we made that step officially a business, and it has been a fun ride so far, as this has been a great, great time, a great goal that I had, that I set out for myself after finishing at Holy Name back in the spring of 2024. Built up Holy Name Broadcasting to what it was at the time, went to Mount Union and decided, why not do something for me? And, well, here it is on display. A lot of following. A lot of thanks to you. A lot of thanks as well to Andrew Cole for being a great teammate back on January 5th, 2024. For those who haven't seen that clip, go under our Shorts tab and go to the one that has almost 6 million views, or over 6 million views, as you will see what it means to be a great teammate. A lot of waffle there, but a lot of time to fill as we still have an hour and 15 minutes until our next game. My guess is they get here at 9:45. They give them 30 minutes to warm up. We play at 10:20. That is typically what happens in these doubleheaders, or in this case, 5 games. The team's not here. They're supposed to be here an hour beforehand. They set the 30-minute timer. They'll give them time to warm up. And even if the pitcher's not ready, you kind of throw them out there. But usually 30 minutes is enough time. It's not official. It's not Bible. It's not gospel. It's not any of that. My guess, 10:20, we will start the next game. We will have the game link up for that one a little bit earlier. I believe 10:05 my plan right now. If we're starting earlier, you will see that link up earlier. But either way, that'll do it for now from Skeeles Field. I have been Nathan Smee saying so long from Akron, and we will see you again eventually for game number 2 of our 5-game slate today. This has been the 2025 Zips Invite on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.